On today's Minute of the Apes, I've been waiting to use the phrase ape agape, and we kind of get that at the end of the minute.
They greenlit the sequel without a story in mind. They just wanted to equal an unexpected gold mine. He said, oh no, as Heston said, I got to go. These are just some of the facts you ought to know as we go. Beneath the Minute of the Apes. Beneath the Minute of the Apes. Beneath the Minute of the Apes.
The only good human is a dead human.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies, 1 minute at a time. I'm Todd. Guess who I've got across from me? Just guess. Hang on. Who do you think it is?
Oh my gosh, I know this. Were they on a popular reality show? Did they try it for Ninja Warrior?
Did you try out for Ninja Warrior?
I tried it for Ninja Warrior.
You did.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I totally did.
Yeah,
I
I
fell
was
in the
there.
water really quick. I had to go through a casting process.
Really?
You don't just get to run the course. You actually have to go through a casting process and
It
talk
is
to
a
the
TV
director.
show, no matter
Yeah,
what.
seriously.
Did you ever get to have the tape? Did they send you, like, where you did
No,
it?
I fell in the water. I
Oh,
realized
really?
I fell in the water so fast.
Really?
You wiped out.
We'll save it for the in-between.
Okay,
All right.
you know what? That's the tease for this week's In Between. You get that story tomorrow. So we're up to minute 85 of Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Sean, tell us what's going on.
All right, we're going to start minute 85 with Taylor beginning to bandage Brent and ends with Ursus and Zaius looking down at something.
Ape agape.
Hey, here we go. Minute 85.
The Doomsday Bomb. My God. What a lovely souvenir from the 20th century. They weren't satisfied with a bomb that could knock out a city. They finally built one with a cobalt casing. All in the sweet name of peace. Those bloody fools. They don't know what they've got. I mean, they pray to the damn thing. If they shoot it off at some of those apes, it could set off a chain reaction in the whole atmosphere. Burn the planet to a cinder. How's that for your ultimate weapon?
All right, as of minute 85, you got 3 living humans, a psychor of telepaths, 4 dead humans, 1 dead ape, 1 dead telepath, a student of apes, and a gaggle of humans.
Yes!
He's dead.
Dead mutant.
Poor Ongaro.
I know. Now, the good thing is we don't have to remember his name going forward.
But the problem is we'll never forget his name now that we've struggled with it for a whole
now
movie.
that I have it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Okay, so here we go.
How did he know that it had cobalt casting for the bomb?
I wondered that too. So a cobalt castling, is that like Hassline's curve from the first movie?
I don't know. I mean, cobalt is an actual material.
Yeah,
so-
but a cobalt casing for a bomb, is that something they would put around it, and would it do anything? Because it immediately felt like Hassline's curve that was largely made up, voodoo science to explain away what happened to them.
Well, there is a cobalt bomb, which is a type of salted bomb, a nuclear weapon designed to produce enhanced amounts of radioactive fallout intended to contaminate a large area with radioactive material.
So they were probably taking a popular scientific term and kind of expanding it, like everything is lasers
Yeah.
or holograms. Like, I mean, they were probably using a scientific term just to apply it to whatever to make it sound more terrifying.
Yeah, that just feels like junk science to me still. But I'm at least glad to know that there's
What did you
some
say?
junk science.
Oh, I thought you said genoscience. I was like, what's genoscience?
Oh, well, that's for me to know and you to find out
know.
because I'm suddenly smarter than you.
I know,
because of it.
exactly. That's above my pay grade.
Well, I find the whole, it's the conclusion of the stupidity of what kind of bomb is it? What is this? What is that? And we as an audience are meant to feel that it's impending doom. That's all it is.
So Taylor says doomsday bomb, and of course in a very Taylor way, a lovely souvenir from the 20th century. They weren't satisfied with a bomb that could knock out a city. They finally built one with a cobalt casing, all in the sweet name of peace. Now, his original line for this was, and this would make a little more sense, a doomsday bomb, cobalt casing. The last one we ever made, only one was enough. The idea was to threaten the enemy by the very fact it existed. A bomb so powerful could destroy not just a city, not just a nation, no, not just every living cell on Earth, every insect, every blade of grass, but set nuclear fire to the wind, to the air itself, scorch the whole planet into a cinder, like the end of a burnout match, the ultimate bomb. So, that was a lot. So I'm glad they didn't subject us to that big piece of dialogue. And I'm glad we have a little bit of the Taylor swagger, a lovely souvenir from the 20th century. But it would have been nice to have the moment about, the part about the idea was to threaten the enemy by the fact that a bomb existed that could just destroy everything. The idea that they have a weapon that, hey, we're so not afraid of you attacking us because we'll just destroy it all.
Yeah, but that's like a burglar breaks into your house and you go, I'm going to shoot myself and you. What's the point of that bomb?
I get your logic, but at least it explains what he means by a doomsday bomb because it's not really fully explained.
The fact they can kill the world.
Yeah. Why would they build it? Now he says it's because we wanted to use it to threaten the enemy.
So if you're a person in 1970 that's walking in and maybe you've heard something, read something, you're particularly scared of nuclear war.
Because of Cold War.
And you walk into this movie, you're not shitting your pants. I mean, that is some serious gloom and doom to be throwing out in an era where people were truly afraid that at any moment this could all go off. Because the Bay of Pigs, it happened in what year? 62?
Something like that.
61, 62.
Still alive.
Yes, he died in 63, so 61, 62. So this is not that far removed from that. Man, they're really tapping into some absolute fear-mongering stuff right there to your audience.
But if your audience is already afraid of this,
yeah, I guess it doesn't take much to trip the fear.
and you move it just a little, you move that needle just a little bit further down the line and say, we don't just have atomic bombs that you've seen, we actually have something that will take us all out, a world-ending bomb.
Right.
And if you have any doubt or conspiracy with your government, you might think, oh, shit, this exists.
Right.
They would do this. They're the people that are in power are so crazy they would actually do this. I found it odd that Brent said those bloody fools, and I'm like, did he suddenly become British? I was like, why did he say bloody?
Very, very British.
Oh, those bloody fools. They don't know what they got. They pray to the damn thing. If they shoot it off at some of those apes, they're going to set off a chain reaction in the whole atmosphere. Then Taylor adds, burn the planet to a cinder. How's that for your ultimate weapon? So they let Brent connect the dots about what this bomb would do to the apes. And he seems to think that the mutants only think the bomb is going to affect the apes. That's what he says.
Yeah, but why does he think that?
They pray to the damn thing. If they shoot it off at some of those apes, they're going to set off a chain reaction in the whole atmosphere. As if the mutants think that they're just harming the apes and not themselves. I mean, that's Brent's logic.
Well, they're going to their safety bunkers or whatever.
Yeah,
True.
exactly.
Okay, that's a good point. He did hear the safety bunker speech, so he at least does think they're seeking.
So funny. It sounds like the Archie bunker.
They're seeking some kind of cover and safety. They're going to hide under their school desks and be okay when the bomb
Duck and
hits.
cover.
So we get the end of that before we cut over to Zaius peering down. And immediately, we don't know what he's peering down at first, but when we finally do kind of get the reveal that he's peering down into the ground, you can quickly surmise that he's found something. And the others are back on their horses, including Ursus. Why is Zaius sent out as a scout? Why is Zaius, the minister of science and religion, the one that's sent forward to look at something where somebody could be waiting in ambush and kill him?
True. I took this as if Zaius was the one still kind of leading because he's now a prophet.
Okay.
I mean, that's what he's now walking in the city, blessed or anointed by the lawgiver as the prophet to walk into this moment.
Okay.
That he dispelled the imagery and therefore the apes are letting him lead. I mean, I'm making that up because that sounds like a good reason, but it's not visually delivered in such a way.
And I was not going to call you on that because I knew when you did that, I thought, I know what you're doing. I know you're kind of putting, it's not even A and B together. You're putting A and about K together and going, what if it occurred and it made X, you know? There's not a lot of straight line here, but you can see what's implied.
I did like now that the sun is down, Zaius doesn't look quite so out of focus and fuzzy.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the nice thing. I'm like, oh, he's back in focus again. But he peers down at something. He waves over for Zaius to come over. There was an odd shot of about, because they're around some rocks, so they've only really got about 6 or 7 horses and guerrilla soldiers there. And they do a lingering shot on the guerrillas to kind of close out this moment. And I really didn't understand why there was a lingering shot, as if maybe they're still scared of going forward. But we didn't see the entire army.
We didn't. I too found the moment of the guerrillas just lingering to be rather odd. It was so long of a shot that I was able to not only look once, but twice to make sure that we didn't have any pullover masks in the moment. Yeah. And we do. That was my dog. Sorry. My dog's excited to go outside. Hang on just a moment, everyone. Here, I'll try and re-say that, and I'll try to cut that out.
Oh, don't worry.
But we get the moment where we see the apes, and they don't even react when he says, come over here. There's none of, there's nothing. There's no connection between he and Ursus. Ursus doesn't get particularly excited when he says, come this way. Relationships are everything in a story. They tell us everything about a character. They tell us sometimes nothing about a character, which is everything in the world. And there is no relationship even between Zaius and the monkeys on the horseback.
No.
If you were to kind of, what I'm trying to say, what's interesting about the script is, it's after this moment with Brent and Taylor that we actually go to the scene outside with the guerrilla soldiers and the lawgiver scene. So it's after the death of Ongaro and after Brent and Taylor meet that we cut to the outside where they're on the edge of the edge of New York City, and they see the upside down crosses. They see the burning lawgiver. Zaius moves past this. We have the moment with Caspe and Mendez telling people to, adults in the cathedral, infants stay indoors. All that was supposed to happen here. Not earlier. Not 10 minutes earlier.
That's kind of an interesting thing, because that is an escalation. That is pushing the stakes a little bit. So I'm curious as to why they pushed it forward.
I guess to bring action a little bit more to break up the cathedral scene, because the cathedral scene might have just been too dull, because we would have stayed inside New York City for a good 30 minutes before getting to actual what the apes are doing.
Right. Well, I could think, like we talked about before, that they could have had shots of the apes riding into New York City and seeing blown up cars and beat up highway from the atomic blast. They could have seen all kinds of things of the city that could have at least given them information.
I just want to point out we've got less than 10 minutes to go in the movie, and we still have not had the apes confront the telepaths. They have not crossed paths yet. And we've only got 10 minutes left to go.
We can't talk about future minutes, can we?
That's really like Star Wars going, we're going to blow up the Death Star. We're going to wait until the final 10 minutes. Just hang on, and that's when it all happened. And then it's bam! All right, so minute 85. Does anyone else have anything?
That's it for me.
No, that's it for me.
We started out the last week where we've had very long episodes, and it's like these last few have been very...
While stuff is happening, there's not enough stuff to talk about.
It once again, it proves that point. There is a lot of stuff in this film where you sometimes have to go, holy crap, this is really good and really deep, that then just kind of evaporates and doesn't pay off in any way.
Yep.
All right, that's minute 85. That's Friday for you guys. Do check us out tomorrow, and we'll have another in between, which I do believe Richard already knows what we're talking about. We're about to put that one in the book. So until we do that, everyone have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Beneath the minute of the apes. Beneath the minute of the apes. Beneath the minute of the apes.
The only good human is a dead human.